Hey my people, to push through. This is David Chen here, Taste of Our Culture, and we say paradise, voicing for Jamaica paradise, and of course all our merchandising. That's what I say, yo, enough respect to all of those across the world, because guess what? We have to make it.
Yes, we are living for the weekend up in here, and it's another episode of the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown. Yeah, that is moi. Yes, indeed. It feels good to resume my seat. Absolutely. It feels so good to be here again. We are in Thursday, which is Friday Eve, or Friday, which is your start of the weekend. Whatever day you are in, hello, we just say thank you, Lord. We just thank God that we made it this far. Yes, indeed. So we say, come on in the room and let us sit together. Let us dine together, because that is what going to get us past here. We need each other. And for us to make it through this life, yes, honey, we need to be together. We need to support each other. We need to stand with each other. We need to be positive with each other. We just need to roll on in this, because, hello, just to let you know, this is a journey called life. And because it's a journey called life, everybody want to build a success story. Absolutely. If you don't believe me, check the next person next door. Go ahead and call somebody and ask them. Everyone wants to have a success story. However you want to define success, that is up to you. Everybody defines success differently. You might call it having a lot of wealth. You might call it going around the world. You might call it lifting that. You might call it different things, but at the end of the day, it is all about lifting up humanity. At the end of the day, it's about replenishing the earth. At the end of the day, it is about doing what we were created to do. And at the end of the day, it is standing in our purpose and in our destiny. So let us get this concept and be very much conscious of this, that we, hello, plural. For those of you who are in school, Ella, you learned this, singular and plural. Plural simply means more than one. Singular means just individually more. We are not in a singular format. Not at all. It doesn't matter where you are. We are not in a singular format. Even if you're a mother with one child, that child is a single child. The child sit there, the child got a little backup of somebody, okay? Like, oh, you got a single child. Well, we're never single. We have a single mind. Yes, indeed, because we got to think for ourselves. We got to do for ourselves. And sometimes we become so selfish in doing that. And that is fine. But we got to set boundaries for ourselves, because every single thing about us is personalized. Absolutely every single thing about us is personalized. Our gifts, our talent, intention, expectation, goals, purpose, destiny is personalized. So we want to understand that. And for us to get through life, we got to create some path. We got to travel some path. We got to travel some way. We got to leave some prints, some handprints, some footprints, some heartprints, some way along the way. So somebody is going to see the journey, and they're going to want to travel on it. And that is why we are here on the Question Live Show, because here we inspire, we empower, we sometimes motivate you, but most of all, we're here to support you. So we are collaborating in this season. This is a season here on the Question Live Show, the season of overflow. Now listen to me. When I say overflow, we're just not talking about one area. We're talking about overflow with love and joy and peace and happiness, wealth, prosperity, health, all that good stuff. Every single thing that we desire from our heart, if we have put it out somewhere before this 2024, we are going to reap the benefit right here in 2024 in abundance, because that is what is happening. Open doors of abundance, receiving of abundance, giving of abundance, because it is very important that we understand that giving is a part of this journey as well. We should give. We are required to give. I learned the more I give is the less I'm depleted. Hello, does that make sense? Does that make sense? The more I give is the less I'm depleted, honey. God said I should always give. So I don't have a problem. We got to build up this mentality that giving is a part of the requirement to get through this life. Giving is a part of the requirement to stay on this journey. Giving is a part of the requirement to replenish the earth. Listen, if we are not replenished in the earth, when we are replenishing the earth, it is basically saying that we are giving back to the earth. For those of you who know me, I'm from a farmer's background. So I know what it is to plant and to wait for something to grow. That is giving back to the earth. We are planted in the earth and we sit still and we wait for something to come back and give back to us, because it's a win-win. Okay, I give to you, you give to me, and what happened? We work together. The farmers plant, the ground till, and guess what? Now the ground is flourishing, and it says, now that you put something here, after a while, I'm going to give you something. That is what life is all about. That is just a basic equation. I give to you, you give to me. But I'm not giving you to expect anything back. But it's just a requirement. Let us understand it. It's not that you give all the time, like, oh, let me give because you're going to give back. Or I'm not giving you because you don't give back. No. It is a requirement for all of us. All of us are required to be givers. I give you. You don't got to give back to me, but somehow God is going to replenish it. Right? So this is how we are going to roll in today. So tonight we are going to talk about the path that we are on, how to go on this path. But before we do that, I want to say to you, welcome, welcome, one and all. I want to say to you that if tonight, if tonight is your first time tuning in to the Question Live Show, I want to say that. Yes, you get a special welcome up in here, because what happened? I like first timers because I get really excited when I see somebody like, hey, it's my first time. It's my first time. I get excited because just seeing you here is just like having a new baby coming in the family. And I'm like, yes, I am this. I am that. A new baby is here. Please tell me you don't get excited for a new baby. I believe you are lying. I believe everybody get excited for a new baby. No matter what, I believe everybody get excited for a new baby. And that is how I feel when you come in as a newbie. That's how I feel when you come in and you're like, hey, I subscribe to your channel. I'm like, yeah, I get excited for you. Oh, hi, I'm here for the first time watching your show. I get excited for you because now you become a new baby. But now, for those who have been tuning in, coming in, watching, all that good stuff, sharing, you are a returning audience. Yes, indeed, you are a returning audience because you've been here more than one time. And I want to say to you, oh my goodness, welcome. Welcome. Because when you show up, I show up, we show up together, and that's what happened. That's get my family to be expanded. I am from not a big family, for those of you who just joined in. I'm from a huge family, huge. Not big, because big is like 5 people. I'm from a huge family. So when you come on in, let me tell you what you do when you come on in here. You're just expanding my family because I'm used to the crowd already. Okay, so when you come on in, I'm just like, welcome to the family, welcome to the family. So listen, when we come on in and we show up, yes, it's like an emergency. It's like the EMT going. It's like an emergency sound popping up in here. Okay, when we show up, we gotta understand that we're not showing up for ourselves. We are showing up for family, community, and generations to come. So let us continue to show up and not just show up, but show up and take intentional action and show up and have the intention to leave prints, handprints, paw prints, footprints. Yes, indeed, because when we are so far gone, somebody's going to see the path and somebody's going to say, should I go on that path? Should I take that road? Who traveled there? What did they do? What trail did they leave behind for me to travel on? We want to leave little trails for them to walk on. And we want to leave trails so clear that they say, oh, she was here. He was here. And this is what she did. This is how she made it. I'm going to follow this trail. So that's what we want to do. Okay? That's what we want to do. Tonight, listen to me here, people. Tonight is very important that we understand something. Life is in itself is beautiful. Okay, we get to enjoy it. Life in itself is beautiful, and because we are on this journey called life, no one can succeed by themselves. I don't know how many of you have heard this before, but I want to say it again. No one has succeeded by themselves, and no one can succeed by themselves. Absolutely. It don't matter whether you are the president, the prime minister, the governor, or the mayor, or teacher, or student. Nobody cannot do this by themselves. And we got to understand this concept. We got to come to a place of consciousness where we understand nobody, it doesn't matter what you're going after. It doesn't matter what your goals are. It doesn't matter what your intentions are, your expectations are. You need someone. We need each other. So we got to get this concept and get it like today, right now. That the concept is we got to work together. We need each other. No one person cannot succeed by themselves. So we want to understand this. If I till the ground, you can plant the seed. If I plant the seed, somebody can reap the benefit. Hello, that is what we do. Now, this is a teaching platform, okay? So come on in with your pencil, your paper, and your notepad, and whatever it is, so we can roll on into tonight's episode. Good, 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 good. Um, let us jump right into it. Let us jump right into it. Oh, before we do that, let me see. Before we do that, hold on a second. I'm Kaylee, my dear. How are you? How are you? Listen to me, anybody who is watching this. If you are watching this on the live, how would you know it's live? You are going to see the word live somewhere here or there, somewhere on the screen. You are going to see the word live. It is in a little rectangle, says live. That is how you're going to know that you are in the live. And another way for you to know that you are in the live, I spotlight your name on the screen just the way I just did for M. Kaylee. Once I put your name on the screen, you are in the live. So all I ask you to do is just go down to the bottom of your screen or top of the screen sideways, wherever your share button is, and share the live. Invite somebody else to come on in so we can dine together. So go, let us talk about how to pave the way. And Kaylee, it is great to see you again up in here. Listen, blessed 2024. Welcome to 2024 and welcome to this season of the Question Live Show, which is the season of overflow. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed. Let us talk about it. Let us jump right into it really, 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 really quick. How to pave the way. What are the ways? There are certain ways that we want to pave out. Not just a way to just go down the road and like move the trash out of the way, or move the shoes out of the way, or move the couch out of the way. No, not that kind of way. We want to have different paths that we are creating as we go through life. We want to go through certain areas of, and then we want to know how to pave those ways. Different ways. You know, you sometimes you're driving, especially on the highway, and they're like, oh, exit this, exit that, exit this, exit that. You go to the local road and you got to turn off. You got to go to your house. You got to go on that road, right? So there are different ways for us to do this. And some of the way that we want to address tonight go as follow. The first one is how to go on the way for self-discovery. Hello, somebody? Self-discovery. We oftentimes don't talk about self-discovery. But you know what is the problem? The problem is we don't even know how to discover ourselves. This struggle is real for us to discover ourselves. Why? Because we continue to compete and compare with others. When we continue to compete and compare ourselves with others, we don't get to discover ourselves. And our job, our responsibility for us to get towards our destiny and our purpose, we got to go through that way. We got to pave that way of self-discovery. Absolutely. We got to pave that way. If we don't pave that way, we are not living our authentic self. If we don't pave that way, we are not living out our purpose. So we want to pave the way of self-discovery. How we are going to do that? We are going to tap inside of ourselves. We are going to find that greatness deep inside of us. We're going to go in. And we are going to find it. Why? Because it is there. We are going to dig it out and we're going to bring it to the surface and we are going to operate with greatness. We're going to accept the fact that we have greatness inside of us and we are operating from the inside out. Yes, indeed. And that is how we are going to discover ourselves, right? You see, it says self-discovery, but no, discover self. We want to discover ourselves. When we discover ourselves, then hello, then you know exactly why we were created. We got to understand why we are here. We got to understand who we belong to. We got to understand that God is the forefront. We got to understand that we were created in the image of God. When we understand that, that is discovering ourselves. That is discovering ourselves. So when we discover that, we can move right along on this path, on this journey called life. Yes, indeed. Next way that we want to discover, next way that we want to discover is inner peace. inner peace. We want to discover that inner peace deep down inside of us, deep inside our core, in our DNA, is running in our vein. It is there in our heart. We want a peace of mind. We want to have a calm, nice, peaceful life. We can create peace because peace is in us. It is a part of our DNA. So we want to have release. We want to have inner peace. How do we get inner peace? We gotta release the myth. It is a myth. It is an illusion of perfection. We want to release that we are not perfect in no way, shape, or form. We want to release that little illusion that perfectionist. No, you are not. Because when you are perfect in the human state of mind, spiritually, we are perfect because if I leave here right now, I'm in my perfect state. In the human state of mind, when we are talking about being the perfectionist, it is saying that we are not willing to learn anything else. So when we are perfect, it doesn't make sense for us to still be on earth. It doesn't make sense. So we gotta release the myth and the illusion that we are perfect, that we are a perfectionist. Absolutely not. So that is the second thing. I say one of our VIP here is tuning in. Paulette is a VIP here. Yes, indeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yep. We got VIP here, up in here, up in here. Yes, indeed. So we are talking about how to pave the way, and we're not talking about one way. We're talking about ways of how to get on this journey called life, how to get into our season of overflow, how to get into our season of abundance, how to get through 2024 with a different mentality, how to be conscious of the very decision that we are making, and to know that there is a path or two or three or four or five. There are different paths that we got to see to get on to reach somewhere in 2024. There are paths that we got to travel on to accept our abundance and our overflow. So the first one was self-discovery, how we are going to discover ourselves, how we are going to discover ourselves, right? And the second one is we want to talk about inner peace, peace of mind. You hear this all the time. We hear this all the time. I want peace of mind, peace of mind, peace of mind. Yes. Mind of peace, peace of mind, same thing. Hello. If you by now, if you have been here, you know that I go reverse. I reverse my words all the time. Right? So we want to have peace of mind, honey. We want to have peace in our mind so we can make conscious thoughts. We want to make conscious thoughts because when we make conscious thoughts, it is affecting everyone around us. It is affecting the very thought that is in our head towards the next person or towards the next thing. So we want to be very, very conscious of the very things that we are doing. So when we accept the fact that we have a little inner peace, you know what I'm saying? Go on up in there and find that place where we need to get inner peace. We need to go on up in there and see what we need to get rid of. See what we need to work on, and then find that place where it is peaceful. How do we know that we have peace of mind? When we start doing the very thing and we feel a nice calmness of our heart just going. Let me tell you something. There's certain things that we do and it affects our heart. Why? Because the vibration from our heart is a language. It is a solid language that if you don't believe me, if someone hurt you right now or 10 years ago or 20 years ago and you call their name, how do you feel? It is an energy, it is a force, it is a vibration that reads the language of our heart. Do we think of the person and our heart start going fast? Do we think of the person and our heart like, oh? Do we think of the person and we start feeling that extra pain? Do we think of that? We want to have peace of mind. In the mind. Because the mind, they say, is a terrible thing to wait. Lord of mercy. They say the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Darling, I don't want to waste mine. Ooh, because if it's wasted, that means it's going in the garbage. And I'm not on a no. I'm not on a no circumstance. No, me, no. Garbage? No. And my mind will not be going in the garbage. I will acquire everything that the Lord wants me to acquire every single day. And I'm gonna clear my mind. You know, when sometimes people like, oh, they don't want to clear. Sometimes you gotta clear your mind. You gotta clear your mind. Yeah. Because the mind is like a garbage. It's like a garbage container. And if you don't clear your garbage container, what is going to happen? I don't need to tell you. Because if you don't got your garbage container in your house right now and you didn't clear it out, you know what happened. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen. No. Absolutely. And that is the mind. The mind is like a garbage container. The mind get in there and you start putting stuff in there and you start gravitating to stuff in there. And honey, there comes a point where you gotta empty the mind. Yes, you gotta empty your mind. Empty up the mind and let the mind be clear. Because when the mind is empty, you get clarity, honey. And you don't want all that clutter. Woo! Rain fog, they say. You don't want to have that. So we got to come to some place sometime where we are clearing out our mind, detoxing our mind so we can move on into this life. We can move on into our journey. We can move on into our destiny. We want to fulfill the calling that God put on us. We want to fulfill the assignment that God gave us, and we want to fulfill it, Lord knows, with a clear, pure mind, with a clear heart and a pure mind, and a clean hand. Yes, that's how we want to go on into our destiny. Absolutely. We see another VIP here is tuning in. Another VIP here, Sharon. Welcome. Another VIP here in the house. So yes, indeed. So let us go to the next one. The next one, when we have peace of mind, what is happening? We are on the same word, mind. We want to have clarity, mental clarity. And that is going, well, I guess I was going a little bit faster because that is saying when you have mental clarity, what is happening? You are clearing out some stuff. You are detoxing out some stuff. You are rearranging out some stuff out of the mind. The mind is sitting there like this, and you're like, ooh, it's like you're decking the nails, and you're like, ooh, let me clean off this nail and that nail. And you know what I'm saying? You got to clear out the mind. So when you clear out the mind, what will happen? You have clarity. It is very important that we understand if we are not having clarity, our journey is not clear. Our path is not clear. It's like wind fall time, all the leaves on the ground, or snow time, and the snow on the ground, and nobody's clearing the ground, nobody's clearing the path. They're like, all that snow just piled up. You're like, nobody's gonna clear that, right? It's like that. Nobody's clearing the road, the snowfall, and that's why I say, let me tell you something. I am so grateful when it's raining. Because the rain is just an automatically machine. It just automatically clear the way. It's automatically clear the street. Let me tell you, if you have ever experienced snow, and after a while, you get a lot of snow, and after a while, that snow just pile up and pile up and pile up, honey, it ain't going nowhere. And then it became, and then like ice, and then it just pile up somewhere. Years ago, I used to watch the snow. I mean, now we don't have a lot of snow no more. Yeah, no, we don't have that kind of snow no more. Years back, we used to have snow. I mean, real snowstorm, honey. If you have not experienced snow, my desire for you to experience it. Back then we had snow, like some years back we had snow, real snowstorm. Some snow you can't go outside, some snow you can't go to school. No, some snow you go to work, yeah, because you gotta go to work, but children stay home. But let me tell you, they used to have so much snow that when the snow it fall and sit there for days while nobody's clearing it up, right? Or they would clear it up, clear up the path, and they bank it excuse me, they're taking them, pile it up in one corner. Anybody can relate? Anybody, you can say me, where you know what I'm talking about? Because this is not really a monologue, this is a dialogue, so I need conversation. The snow would pile up and pile up like a whole mountain of snow. And it would be there for days. And let me tell you, not only days, months pass. That snow would be still sitting in the corner. And I'd be like, oh, this is amazing. I used to look at this thing so amazed by this, like, wow, is that there? But thank God when there is rain. When the rain comes, the rain become more clarity. It clean up all of that. Sometimes it's like, ooh, let me just wash away all of that. Because now the snow is not pretty anymore. It's all dirty with all the fumes and all that stuff. Just black up the snow and all that stuff. So that rain come and the rain is like, ooh. And that's what happened. The rain brings clarity. It brings clarity to the environment. It brings clarity to the earth. It brings clarity to the trees. And it brings clarity if sometimes you see some worms. You're like, ooh, the worm was there all along, right? All of that. And that is what we are seeking in our mind. That is what we are working towards in our mind. We want to have mental clarity, how to pave the way for mental clarity. What is happening? We got to let things go. That is how we are going to pay for mental clarity. This is the path we are taking. We want to pave the way. How are we paving the way for mental clarity? Let things go. Lord of mercy. I believe the hardest thing for us to do to let things go. Hello? I'm not telling you no tale. I believe the hardest thing. It is a lot of work to let things go. Somebody heard it from 20 years ago. I ain't letting that go. Somebody heard it from 2 days ago. I'm not letting that go. Somebody heard it from 2 seconds. I believe the hardest thing for us to do is to let things go. But let me tell you, for us to have that mental clarity, you gotta let that go. You're not serving me. We got to come to a point of consciousness where if things are not serving us, we got to drop it off. It's the same thing. If your clothes is not fitting, honey, get rid of it. You know, we go through this, ladies. I've been hearing this. You know, they're saving a little black dress. The little black dress right there in the closet that you're gonna go back down in your teenage size. I want to get down in the size. I want to fit back in that dress. And you want to do everything. But how much thing are you doing? Let the dress go. You can buy another dress because believe me, the moment you let that little black dress go that you've been waiting to go on in for 20 years, a new style gonna be out for like 20 years already. Why would you want to say wear the same old dress? Why would you wait for another 15 years to say that I'm going to fit in that? Believe me, I'm sucking in my waist. I'm doing this. I'm going on a diet. I'm doing this. And I'm going to go fit up in that dress. No, let it go. Let things go. It is called mental clarity. Why would you want to sit there and hold on to a dress from 20 years ago? Instead of you going to fit in it? Why? Why? Just why? Let things go. Let things be out of your mind. Empty your mind. We just talk about this. Empty, exactly. Empty your mind. Yes, let all of that come out. Let things go. Moving right along. Moving right along. Hello, I forgive you. And let me tell you something about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about the person who hurt you. And that might sound a little odd. Yep, it might sound a little bit odd. But forgiveness is not for the person who hurt you or the person who did this to you or wronged you or whatever. Forgiveness is for you. We have to come to a place of awareness that when we are forgiving somebody, we are releasing all that toxin out of our system. They heard you like, all right. They don't say sorry, don't you worry. Sometimes people not gonna say they're sorry. They would rather go to their grave without saying they're sorry, and that's okay. You can just say that too. I accept your apology, no problem. Even if they don't want to come around you, they don't want to talk to you, no problem. You can speak it out loud. Let God hear you. Let the air hear you. Let God whisper it into God ears like, God, I forgive that person. And you will know when you forgive that person, because what? You're going to go back to what I said, peace of mind. You're going to accept that you having peace of mind when you release that. Give it, God, hello, this person hurt me, and I'm going to tell you this. Please, they hurt me. I want to apologize. I don't want to apologize, but I accept the apology. I'm sorry. Uh-huh. No, I'm sorry. Sounds so hard. We gotta let things go. That is mental clarity. That is mental clarity. When we have mental clarity, that is what happened. When we have mental clarity, let me tell you something about let me tell you another thing about mental clarity, because mental clarity is very important. Let us understand. Let us talk about mental clarity for a second. Mental clarity is very, very essential. Why is it so essential? So many of us hold on to two sections in our life. Two sections. Because there are two sections in our life that hold us into mental captivity, right? And we want to have mental clarity. But there are two sections in our life that hold us in captivity, mental captivity. So we want to be conscious, we want to be very much aware of these two sections. Those two sections are called the past and the future. Hello, somebody? Anybody? If I say something and it resonates with you and you can relate, you can just put yes in the comment section. Put yes in the comment section. You're like, yep, I got it. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yes. Okay? Absolutely yes. When one forgives, they get their power back, because you are literally giving somebody your power. You have to be the one. You have to be the one to say, okay, they don't want to say they're sorry. You don't got to say you're sorry. But you got to be the one to say, I forgave you. When you are the one that said, I forgave you, you're going to feel how strong you are. Because I'm telling you, that person will go to their grave and it was like, I'm not going to say I'm sorry. Not everybody's going to open their mouth to that place to say that they are sorry. But like I said, when we're at a mental place of clarity, we want to pave the way for mental clarity. How we are going to do this? We are going to get out of this captivity of the past and of the future. Yes, those are two things. We are in the middle, which is the present. Past, present, and future. We are in the present, yet we are allowing the past to hold us captive. And we are allowing the future to hold us captive too. Because now we are worrying about the future, and we are worrying and we are thinking so much about what happened in the past. But what happened to the present? It got diminished. It got minimized. It is not being fertilized. It is not being looked at. It's not being accepted. We're not accepting it. We are bypassing the present because we are so pulling between. This is us. We are pulling between the past and the future. We are doing like a double dutch thing between the past and the future. And we are going over the present. When we are going over the present, what is happening? We are losing oxygen. We are losing oxygen to deposit in our destiny. We are losing oxygen to deposit in our purpose. We are losing oxygen to the very gift and the assignment that God said, do this now. We are losing oxygen because we are being pulled. We are being pulled. Why do you think there are so many people with stress and distress and all these things? Let me tell you, those are stress factor, honey. Let me tell you today, those are stress factor. When you are going like that, just look at. Try doing this exercise right now while you are watching me. You can pause because, of course, I can't see you. But think about you being pulled from the past to the present. You're like this. This is it. What is going to happen? You are going to get sick. You are going to get dizzy. Your neck is going to be hurting. Something is going to hurt. Something is going to hurt when we continue to look at the past and the present, the past and the future, the past and the future. Something is going to hurt. Yes, something is going to hurt. And God is saying to us, be here with me. God is everywhere. But God is saying, be here right now in the present. So what? You can be more effective. And you believe me, you're not gonna feel so much of the pain. Pain is a part of the process. But when you're in the present, you're not gonna feel so much of the pain because you're not gonna keep on doing like that. You're not gonna keep on doing that. You're gonna be right here. You're focused, like, oh God, I'm focused. I got this. I'm focused. God, I got this. All right, God, I'm here. I'm here. What we doing? Right. So when you like that, you're standing there. You might feel a little discomfort, but it doesn't matter. It's not gonna be so severe as you're going back and forth. It's not gonna be that bad. You're gonna be going, but guess what's gonna happen when you're in present? You're not gonna stand still because you might stand still, you might feel a little bit shaky, you might feel a little bit dizzy, you might feel like, hey, I'm unstable, all of that stuff. But guess what? At the end of the day, you are accomplishing that which is in the present. So we want to understand this and understand this very well. That mental clarity is very important. How to pave the way out of mental clarity, let things go, and development. I'm going back and forth. Stop going back and forth. Let things go. Let things go. We are not in a place of captivity. Let things go. Let's call out for freedom. Call and say, God, help me. Hey, God, come and get me out of the past. God, get me out of the future. God, I know that you're omnipresent, but get me out of the past. I don't want to be the past because if I keep on doing this, I'm feeling. Call on God. Call on God, who just mentioned that. Sharon just mentioned, if we don't forgive, God will not forgive us. And God is sitting there like, sometimes I just can visualize God in his little self. Just God like, and you asking me the problem? And you talking to me? But you ain't doing that to somebody. You ask me to forgive you, and I'm not like man, but I'm gonna give you some grace. Okay, I'm gonna give you some grace. I'm gonna keep on prolonging your life. And what God does, God keep on waking us up, and they're like, I'm gonna wake you up. I'm gonna wake you up. Yes, indeed, I'm gonna wake you up. I'm gonna wake you up. And when the more God wake us up, is the more that is grace. He's adding grace. Exactly. He's adding grace, and God is like, I'm adding grace. He said, you think I'll wake you up? What do you think I'm doing? I'm just like giving you grace. I'm giving you opportunity. And the more God is giving us opportunity, let us not take these things for granted. Absolutely, let us not take these things for granted. God is saying to us, today is that day. I woke you up. It's not because we plan to go to work tomorrow, or we plan to be at school tomorrow, or we plan to go on vacation tomorrow, or we plan to this. No, that's not the reason why we woke up. It's God granting extension. He's granting us these things, opportunity to say, yes, indeed, this is the moment. For the next way that we want to pave, we want to be so much in the present that it creates an atmosphere for us to enjoy the blessing that God is pouring out. We want to be so much in the present that when we pave the way for the present, we are being in acceptance. We are accepting the fact that we are here. We are alive, even sometimes we're not well. We're not well sometimes, but we are here. Okay, so we want to accept the fact that we are in this moment. And that is another path that we have to pave the way. We have to pave the way for somebody to understand that, oh, we were in the present. When you all go to like, oh, how did Paula get over there? Paula was in the present, so she accepted the fact that the present made a difference. Paula was in the present when God said this. Sharon was in the present when God said that. So somebody, you leave a trail, and that trail is said, I was in the present. Somebody want to see that. Somebody want to see that. Yo, they were in the present. How does that feel to be in the present? Because what will happen, what we will do, we are teaching, when we leave that trail, we are teaching somebody else the way to go. We are teaching them to say, hello, I got taught the way, so I'm leaving it for you. Right, so we want to make sure that we are leaving the path clear for somebody else to follow. Right. Yes, indeed. Right. So let us, yes, indeed. So let us go inside of our heart. Let us check, check, check. You know, I'm like, heart check, hey, heart check, boom, 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 heart check, and check it out, check it out, check it out. Yes, indeed. We got to do, let that in here. When we forgive the people that hurt us, they must know we forgive them. It is up to them if they want to accept. At least we do our part. And hello, somebody. If they don't accept that, it's on them as well. Honey, let me tell you, it's a part of letting go. They you say, hello, I forgive you. I forgave you a long time ago. They're like, okay. Then you just keep on going. You don't keep on thinking about it. And that's what happened, Paulette. You say, I forgave you. Okay, that's okay. We gone. We 20 years later. Listen, I forgave you. We gone. No problem. You want to hold on to it. That is your problem. Because at the end of the day, every kind of forgiveness is freedom. Okay, it is freedom, and you're like, I'm moving right along. I'm not. No, I let things go a long time ago. I've been going. So they want to go to their grave with that. Oh well. Oh well. We don't want to do that. Like, excuse me, I forgave you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Uh-huh. So when they say I forgave you, like, okay, I forgave you. You say I forgave you too. And we moving right along. Yep, indeed. Absolutely, absolutely. If they don't, that's on them. Then you don't worry about that, quality. You don't worry about that. The next thing we want to go into when we are getting into the path, oh, we want to pave the way. We want to pave the way to be mindful. Mindfulness is the key. We want to be mindful. Why we want to be mindful? Mindfulness is teaching us how to channel our surroundings, how to channel the very things that we are seeing with our eyes and with our mind and with our heart. We can see things not only with our eyes on it, because often we're like, oh, yeah, I can see. Nope, no, no, no. We not only seeing somebody with our natural eyes, we are seeing them in our mind frame and in our heart frame as well. So that is it. We want to be mindful. That is how we want to pave the way to be mindful. When we pave the way to be mindful, what is happening? It's solidifying the fact that we are one. We are one with God. We are one with nature. We are one as a people. We are one. And that is how we pave the way to be mindful. Let us come into that place of mindfulness that we are one with God. That is how we are paving the way to be mindful. Okay? And let me tell you, sometimes we get to a place where our thoughts, let's talk about our thoughts as we wind down this episode. Our thoughts, let me tell you, our thoughts are with us, and oftentimes we become best friend with our thoughts. That might sound like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Uh-huh. We become best friend with our thoughts and our emotions. And of course, we should accept the fact that their thoughts and their emotions are out there, they're real. But our thoughts are not always with us positively. So we got to come to a place where our thoughts are with us, but we are the boss of our thoughts. Because every single day, thoughts running in our mind. We got thoughts going in, out, round. They're running a race, they're jumping jacks, they're going up the road, they're swimming, they're diving, they're doing all sort of stuff. Acrobats, they're doing everything. Thoughts are company. Okay? Let us get this. Thoughts are company, and we gotta be the one in control. We are in control of our thoughts. We go back to this word forgiveness. If we're saying somebody is forgiving us, are we forgiving somebody else? But our thoughts say, nope, nope, no. We are the one controlling that. We are the one that's turning that off and say, oh yeah, I did. I forgave you already. Your thoughts is gonna come because your thoughts are company. Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't. Oh yes, you did. Your thoughts gonna talk back. Your thoughts are gonna talk back. And when our thoughts talk back, we're gonna say, hello, I'm the boss. I got it. I forgave you. God forgave me, and we good to go. We good to go. So yes, indeed. So yep, that is how we are going to pave the way into this little journey called life. This journey called life needs freedom. It is a place of freedom. So now, if you are just tuning in, I am going to go over them really, really fast as we end tonight, session. So first thing that we're gonna do, we're talking about the topic how to pave the way. We are gonna go over how many things did we name? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ways, 5 ways, 5 paths, 5 paths. So how to pave the way? How to pave the way of self-discovery. First, we're going to find out that we have greatness inside of us. So we are recapping. For those of you who are just tuning in, we are recapping. How to pave the way of self-discovery. We got to tap into ourselves. We got to accept the fact that we have greatness inside us and we are operating from our inside out. God said we are great people. We are great people. We are powerful. We got to accept this. When we do this, we will produce greatness. Number 2, we want to go how we pave the way to inner peace. Inner peace means we are releasing the concept of perfectionist. Yes, indeed. So many times people talk about they are a perfectionist. No, you are not. That is an illusion. We want to get out of that mentality of being a perfectionist. So guess what? Now that is how we're gonna have inner peace, because if we are perfectionists, that simply means that we are putting up a barrier not to learn anything else. And we want to be very, very much aware that every single waking moment is a teaching moment and it's a learning moment. So therefore, we cannot be a perfectionist. Otherwise, God will just take us home and like, you don't need to learn nothing else. Come on. I'm like, Lord, leave me right here. Let me keep on learning. So the other thing is, the other way is how to pave the way of mental clarity. Mental clarity is very, very important. We talk about mental health before they have mental health month, but mental clarity is every day. That is where we are letting things go. Is where we are accepting the fact that when we are right here, we are not holding hostage. When we are detoxing our mental state of mind, we are going to see a little bit clearer. Why? Because when we let things go, we are not being pulled back and forth, being held captive between the past and the future. We don't want to be captive. We want to be free so we can see clearer. Mental clarity is important for us to make any decision from here on. Mental clarity is important for us to accept the overflow, the abundance, to accept our goals, to put our goals in line, our intention, our expectation. Mental clarity is important. So let us understand that when we get inside of the mind must be decluttered. We got to declutter the mind so we can see clearer. Clearer. I often say like people who got glasses on, they should be able to see clearer. No judgment, no judgment. Yes, indeed. Sometimes I do need some glasses. But anywho, the next one is we want to talk about how to pave the way to be in the present right now, not in the past, not in the future. Those are stress factor. This future and the past are stress factor. We don't want to do that to ourselves. We want to be healthy enough. Listen, most of us want to go for wealth. How can you go for wealth when you're not healthy? How can you enjoy wealth when you're not healthy? We want to drop off those stress factor, which is the past and the future. Be in the present. When we're in the present, what will happen? It will create a space of clarity. It will create a space where you say, God, what have you said for me to do today? That's what I'm going to do. Not tomorrow. Right? So that is how we want to get through this path. Now the next one is how to be mindful, how to pave the way to be mindful. What is mindful is what we have here, is that we are aware of what is in our surroundings. To know that we are one. One with God, one with man, one with nature. We are one. Absolutely, yes, indeed. We want to be mindful. We want to have a belief system that which is in us, that which what we do, it will affect somebody else. It will affect this one, that one, this one. That everything that we do, we want to have a belief system that when our mind is full, what happens? We want to have an overflow of goodness coming from our mind. When we have an overflow coming from our mind, what will happen? It will flow into somebody else. We want to have positive things flowing out of our mind. Yeah, fullness. We want to have positive. It's like, you see what I say? Fullness of the mind. When we want to have the mind full of positivity, it is overflowing. We want to be mindful that we are one. We are one with God. When we are one with God, what will happen? God put us in the position to accept that we have greatness deep inside of us and we can achieve just about everything. What? We hear this all the time. We can achieve everything we put our mind to. But it's not only the mind that operates, it's the mind and the heart that holding the conversation. And we want to accept the fact that those two things are operating together. So it's not only the mind. So I want to thank you so much. So let me tell you, remember I said that our thoughts are company. And because our thoughts are company, we must know that we are the boss of our thoughts. So go on out there, you one and all, everyone, go out there and know how to pave the way. Honey, you don't got to go back to the 5 things I list here. Go out there and learn maybe 2 more. And then guess what you do? When you learn some more or you know some more, come back. Put it in the comment section. Let us learn together. I just named 5. Do you have more? Come on in, whether you're watching the live or the replay. Come on in, jot them in the comment section. And when you jot them in the comment section, what will happen? We all gonna learn together. So this is your host, Verona Willis-Brown, saying, what way you want to pave? What way do you want to pave? What way do you want to pave? I say, go on out there and do what is needed so you can fulfill your purpose. We are in the season of overflow. I hope to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much.